Hey there, internet friends. This is definitely Trevor's intro, but it's fine. We're going to roll with it. Welcome to episode 11 of That Nerdy Site Show, a weekly podcast where the team members from That Nerdy Site get together to talk about our lives and all of the nerdy things we love about them. I am not Trevor Starkey, pretty evidently, pretty clearly. I'm Logan Wilkinson. Joining me this week are Jazz Foster.
Hey.
Frank.
Hola.
And Christian, looking hot over here. That's what I was gonna say. You're looking good today, Christian. I like the cut, like the slick backness of it.
I agree with that.
Looking
I'm
hot.
with that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's 11/11. Everybody make a wish. You know?
Make a wish. It's not 11/11 right now.
No, but it's the 11th episode, so it's
Okay.
Christian's the brand of the operations back here, guys, and the looks. He got both of them.
Guys, everybody has to make a wish. That's the rule.
That is real. You can't say it out loud, it won't come true.
Does it make for a good podcast? Everyone
Just
quietly
dead
make
silence
a wish.
for, yeah.
Everybody ponder
Just
that and come back.
Think about it 11 times in your head. Don't make a word out loud. If you enjoy what you hear, please remember to like, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on all the podcast services around the globe. We're now live on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, your dad's old radio system, any of the things.
Me personally, I'm an Android user. So So I tune into y'all on Podkicker.
Podkicker. Podkicker, we're available on too. It's hot. It's out there.
Also Tinder, but you do have to swipe to find us. So
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
If you're feeling extra generous, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/thatnerdysite, like all of these wonderful people did. Welcome to our Patreon community, the new patrons for episode 11. Sure, since it's me specifically, we have Angel, we got Garrett, we got Pam and Bev Larson, shout out to them, and a very special $50 Patreon producer, Jason Bellevue. Is he related to Ben? Trevor, unclear about it. It was unclear if he was related to Ben or not. So if you're related to Ben,
Unlikely.
shout out. If you're not, still shout out, but a little bit less
But
fun.
a different way.
Garrett specifically subscribed to our Patreon under the guise that I read his name in an accent.
Do it.
Oh,
Okay, you got this. You got this, Frank.
So I already forgot the first part he wanted me to say. But I remember it was like L. Garrett Miller.
L. Garrett Miller. All right, yeah, absolutely.
Adult VHS.
Okay, absolutely, yeah. We should also say that with all of these new patrons and Jason in particular with his hefty donation, we've crossed the $150 milestone on Patreon, so we'll be launching another new show because we don't have enough already.
Is that the wrestling show?
That is going to be the video game news show.
Oh, the news.
But we will figure that out as we go forward. But teases in episode 11 of That Nerdy Site Show. Let's get right into the episode, though.
These wishes are already coming true.
We're already coming true, man. Exactly. And kind of the consensus idea for what this episode is going to be is things we're excited about in 2020. They can be movies, they can be games, they can be reality TV shows, they can be books if people know how to read here. They can be anime, they can be anything you like. We're going to start with Frank, because he seems eager, he seems excited. Frothing at the mouth.
Are we doing name a few things or one thing and then we go
whatever you want to do, man. The world is your oyster, Christian.
But I would like to know, to say one thing or pass it on, or
it's up to Frank. Frank's going to set the tone here.
Oh, God.
Freeform.
I was just going to pick my top thing and then figure we'd freeform from
Go.
there and
Go,
we'd just
man.
go back and forth. My most excited thing in 2020 is Cyberpunk 2077.
It's a great choice.
I can't wait.
It's a great choice.
I've been waiting since 2013 with this original announcement trailer with that girl with the scissor arms and the cops. I've been waiting.
Oh, I actually saw that, and I'm kind of out of the loop, so it has been a while.
I'm just so excited for it because I think I have a lot of respect for CD Projekt
Sure.
who does the Witcher games
3, yeah.
and especially the Witcher 3, but I don't really like fantasy and they
I don't
kind
either,
of lost me during The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think this is going to be the fallout to their Skyrim, and I think this is going to hook way more based on the setting and because I think their storytelling and all their stuff is on point.
World building characters.
I just want it in this setting.
Sure. And also the fact that it seems like it's gonna be a mixture of Blade Runner, but really fun and enjoyable. That world seems very much more kind of bright and colorful than the dystopian futures of Blade Runner typically depict. Cyberpunk is a great choice. That game is gonna be so good.
It is more embracing what the modern interpretation of Cyberpunk is.
I think so. Yeah. Right. Definitely. I think definitely even from a cinematic perspective, that game looks like it is just gonna be incredible story. Just dive through that world seems so rich and so visually engaging. Yeah, that's a really good one, Frank. That's a good one to get started on. Anything else to say about Cyberpunk?
I mean, I'm just crazy looking forward to it, and I can't wait to see Keanu Reeves finally.
Hell yeah, my guy.
Johnny Silverhand.
Absolutely, he's back. He's in it.
I was not super excited for it because of the protagonist that they show in the trailer, but I hear that you make like your own kind of avatar or character, don't you?
Yeah, you design your own character, like the full character customization, and then you also like pick all your like dialogue options and the decisions you make. So it kind of like is like your character and
so that brought me back in because the character they got in the trailer, I was like, oh, they copy and pasted like every other video game
character ever. Christian, what are you excited about this year?
Kingdom Hearts DLC.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is like, when is this coming out? Like
this podcast?
Yeah.
Monday? Friday. Monday. Comes out Monday. So in 2 days.
It's not much for spoilers, but like my game of the decade was Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh.
Yeah, like it's weird to think that like something like, well, I don't play that many games to begin with, so I don't even know if this is like common or not. But like I would think that like to make a comparison, like for me, Star Wars, I like my first interactions with something more. So that's why I would probably like something more like A New Hope over anything else. And so I would have thought that I would have been like ride or die at one of the earlier Kingdom Hearts titles instead of this brand new one that just came out, and like to a lot of people it seems very unfinished, just the fact that there's all this DLC stuff going on. But I just like absolutely loved everything about Kingdom Hearts 3, and so the fact that I'm getting more and right away, like I'm really excited. Everything that I've seen in the trailers for it is just really hyping me up for like I don't know, has everybody here played 3 or like
Frank, have you played Kingdom Hearts 3?
I beat it.
Yeah.
Like, did you?
No, you're talking to Frank right now.
Okay. Like
talking to Frank in the audience, man. Shout out to Gary.
Like with any installation, there's kind of like hints at like, oh, what's the next big one gonna be? And all the hints that got left in 3, I thought, okay, well, whatever DLC is gonna be cool, but like as far as all these major beats, we're probably not gonna revisit them for a couple of years when Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. But no, like from the trailers, it's like no, we're getting to that stuff now, and so that's why I think I'm really excited.
That is interesting to hear because I thought the post credits in 3 was really interesting, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to see where this goes. And so like I thought it was like you were saying though, like we're not gonna get the development on that for like a decade.
That's like
see where that goes.
That's like the secret ending. So the secret ending, I don't think we're getting for a while, but like where the last scene before you cut to titles, before you cut to credits, that is kind of a cliffhanger that we're jumping right back. We're picking up right where we left off in the DLC. So I'm trying to be vague for anyone that hasn't played it, has an interest in playing
Play
it.
Kingdom Hearts 3, alright, Christian? It's game of the decade.
3. Yeah.
You schmucks out there.
Ooh.
Garrett, Jason, Bellevue, come on, get together. Pam and Bev. Jazz, what are you excited about this year?
Oh boy.
2020. Well,
surviving this
we're looking at
decade.
2020 right now.
Tops. Well, I know Logan and I are both excited about this. So we'll bring it up first. Season 40 of Survivor.
Gillette.
Premieres in early February.
Get wrecked, kids, yeah.
I believe.
February like 14th area, somewhere around like the second weeks of February.
So I'm excited for that personally.
Yep.
I love reality TV.
Yep.
Because I am just the trashiest kind of person.
Trash monster.
It's great. That's rude, but it's true. And Survivor is like the peak of reality TV. Survivor's the one that's been doing it.
It's actually good reality TV too.
Yeah. I mean, I like reality TV, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's been the pinnacle of what it is for so long. So I'm really excited for that. Like I said, I know Logan is also really excited for that, and Logan and I are going to do something with that. A couple things with that.
Yeah.
Remind me, when does that kick off, the show?
Early
February.
Oh,
yeah.
It's coming. We're like a month away, basically. Yeah.
She coming. But yeah, well, you hope
That's
so.
what he said, yeah.
You hope so. The guy that does the recaps for Entertainment Weekly
Dalton Ross.
for Survivor, Dalton Ross.
Absolutely go to shout out.
Logan and I both follow Dalton Ross, which is a very weird crossover I didn't think we would have. So we're going to try to do some Dalton Rossy things for this 40th season of Survivor, which is an all-winner season.
That's the jam.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is super unique for a lot of reality shows.
Yeah.
And it's a $2 million prize instead of a $1 million prize, which is just a crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so cool.
Yep.
I'm so jazzed up for that. Yeah.
I
see all your favorites.
Exactly. Somebody who's such a huge, like, I've told Dr. Jazz about this before. It's like, I have vivid memories. Like, it is seared into my, like, consciousness, like, watching season 1 of Survivor. Like, those moments happening. Like, watching the final tribal council with, like, Rich and, like, Susan and Kelly and, like, you're either a snake or a rat. That whole conversation, she just like fucking loses it, kind of thing, and like Rich winning like 4-3 the last round goes to him to win the $1 million kind of thing. Like it's like burned into my brain, and so to have it be 20 years later, right? The thing of like, all right, cool, like it's not every winner because there are 40 seasons and 20 years.
I think it's 20 winners.
It's 20 winners, so
going,
like basically
going all the way back to season 3.
Half the winners basically are coming back in, from season 3. But this is like from season like 4 or 5 of Survivor onwards. I've always wanted the dream of like I want all winner season. I want that kind of season. The show could be like so great. To finally get it is so exciting. Like I'm so stoked and so jazzed. Add on to that the fact that like me and Jazz, we've got content TM plans.
That's true.
Coming at you here.
Well, I think it's gonna be interesting too because you know you were just saying you remember the first season so vividly. Mm-hmm. Logan watched the early seasons of Survivor. I didn't start watching Survivor until I think it was Brains, Brawn, Beauty.
That's so late.
Or Blood versus Water. I mean, I was like, we were well into the 30s, maybe 29 when I started watching Survivor. So Logan and I haven't seen
very much,
any of the same seasons of Survivor.
I mean, very
but we both got really
maybe
into
like
the
one
show.
or two, but yeah.
I don't think. I mean,
because I saw some in the last like 5 years. Again, like I see like one or two. But
I think I started Blood versus Water. I started when I was in college. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be interesting to see. We're not going to have the same. Logan and I never had the same opinion, so we're definitely going to have different thoughts on this going in. But
maybe it'll be interesting. Like I think we each have an appreciation for the craft of Survivor, right? And like how it's. I think how people game system, and like how. Like the pros and cons. I think we'll each love Bosch and Rob. I would assume because Bosch and Rob.
I do love Bosch and Rob.
Bosch and Rob's great.
I do love Bosch and Rob.
And Bosch and Rob is like a legend. I stand by that. Like I'm surprised he's coming back because like the year that he finally won after he tried sometimes and kept losing like every season, like he just he dominated that season.
It was a mastercraft. Yeah. It was like if there's a Big Brother fan out there. Derek from season 16.
Sure, shout out to Derek from season 16. Like that.
It was the same thing. They just came in and tore and shot, and no one could touch him.
So I get that this new one has like the kind of theme or one of the hooks is like that it's all winners.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an extra level like these got picked because they were fan favorites or they were this or that or is it kind of just like these are probably the most available or something?
I don't honestly know.
A mixture probably of those two.
I read an interview with that Dalton Ross did with Jeff Probst, who is the best reality show host of all time. I'll say that.
A lot of them just like mimic what he did on Survivor.
Well, and I've always said like I'd love to have his job because he just stands there and snarks at people. He does. He's like, "Wow, you are so far behind. Jesus Christ, you suck." And
why are you even here?
And they pay him for that. I'm like, I want that.
And the thing about Jeff Probst that I'll also give him respect for that is like the thing that he gets less, I think, renowned for is because he's like internet famous as being like a snarky ass in the back. Is that like the way he guides tribal councils?
Oh, it's
the way he steers his conversations.
He
to
gets
where, like,
you to say stuff you didn't want.
Is so like
it's
he's
amazing.
such an expert. Like Jeff Probst is legitimately like a great interviewer because he just.
I was gonna say he could be an investigative journalist.
Like he does it so well. Like he steers like like he'll find like a part where it's like there's some like. Something sensitive here and like probe it so much where like it explodes and like he's so good at what he does.
Yep.
I would watch him host like a Dateline.
Yeah, anything. Jeff Probst is great. Yeah.
Jeff
he's also
Probst
like
for Temptation Island 2020?
He's also just genuinely like a dope guy who's like really cool.
Did that Temptation Island joke land with you?
But yeah, like it is. I think it's a mixture of fan favorites, who's available, because that's the thing. Like some of the earlier seasons, like it's been 2019, 18, like they're just like older by like decades, and so it's like Rich Hatch, who's my favorite Survivor contestant from the first season, who won it that year, won't be on it. It's been 20 years.
No, like I said, the farthest back is Ethan Zahn from Survivor Africa,
which is still 18 years ago. Like,
yeah,
he was just so young, so like he can do it again. Beat cancer, awesome.
And he did. No, they were saying in this interview he said that. They tried to do a winter season before, and so many of these people, because they'd won so recently, were like, they'd never come back. And that was the thing. But after Boston Rob won, he did say, he's like, I'm never playing this game again. And so they were kind of talking about it, and Jeff was like, they were in some executive meeting, and he was like, no, they said no. And the producer was like, well, have you asked them recently? And that was it. So I think it's, a distance from the game, too. And there are a lot of recent winners, but there are a good amount of, like, Kim Spradlin from One World.
I mean, even Sandra to a degree is more kind of like that. Yeah. Is in a lot of ways kind of like the end of my era, right? In a lot of ways, and kind of the bridge to another. Sandra sucks, but
She played the game well.
My favorite. My favorite
won
thing about
twice.
that doesn't mean you played the game well, it's clearly established. Like shout out to Natalie White winning over Russell. It doesn't mean
Yeah,
it
you're
just
right.
means you're just there at the end.
Well, vindictive juries and all that.
Yeah, like
Sometimes you
I'm
just have
I'm
to be
so
less
excited to
hated.
have.
And this way, yeah. I mean, you play the game.
I'm so excited to have the actual Survivor show where we can it's just gonna be the talk shit about Sandra until she's out of the show podcast.
I was just gonna say it's so cool that y'all are looking forward to this, and I'm even more excited to see that y'all
Yeah.
are gonna be making content with this. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to
we're gonna do like a written recap like Dalton Ross does,
Yeah.
and the star of the crown jewel will be the podcast thing because that's just gonna be
you know
us
what?
untethered.
That's
Oh,
what-
it's
yeah,
gonna
that's
be
what-
rough.
that's
We
what
should just
that
do-
site's all about, right? It's, taking what you love and
Oh,
having more.
it's-
Exactly,
Oh, it's
100%.
untethered, yeah.
100%.
We should just do a reality show podcast. Because
Just do it
Survivor
after
ends.
Survivor ends.
Yeah, and Temptation Island comes
Kicks back in.
I'll finally finish the season. Maybe.
Can we both go back to season 1 of The Mole?
Dude,
Can we bring back the mole?
Can we-
Well, I'm gonna
Can
get you
we
guys to.
bring back
can
The
we
Mole?
I'm
just
gonna
talk
get you
about this
guys
for
to
1
watch
second?
Who Done It? Are you gonna bring? Is that what you're
Me and Jazz have talked so much about the mole, and the fact that Frank just name
This is
dropped it
such
right
a
there.
deep cut for Logan. I didn't realize.
Exactly,
it.
like nobody watched the fucking mole, and the fact that
That was
like
the best reality show they did.
the fact that like half of that site were like mole fans is like, man, what the hell's going on here, guys? We're gonna absolutely watch. Christian's on board too. He didn't get a choice.
Did
He's watching
you watch Who
The
Done
Mole.
It?
No, I don't
This
think
is
it did.
this is how it
That's a
first came
super
up
deep
with
cut.
Logan and I.
That's a super deep cut.
Who Done It? Yeah.
Even more than The Mole.
It was a reality show. This was gonna be one of my top 10 shows of the decade, which was gonna be a bullshit list anyway, but I was gonna throw it on there. It was a reality show that was basically a clue game. So it was like they took.
So Jazz naturally loves it.
Yeah. They took 12 contestants. They brought them to this mansion. There was a butler. He was British, obviously, and they were all in this house. And then like the first night.
I do know what I know exactly what you're talking about. They would start getting murdered.
Yes,
That's
they
how
started
they got
getting
eliminated off
Yeah,
the show.
this is how the mole came up for Logan and I, because I was describing this to him, and he was just like, "Do you know what this sounds like?" And I was like, "The mole." Anyway, and it blew his fucking mind because
Yeah.
I guess Logan
It's a
thought
deep
he was
cut.
the only person that watched the mole.
Nobody watched the mole. That's why it lasted
yeah.
for no seasons at all.
Well, Who Done It lasted one season too, but it was so good. Bring back Who Done It.
That was a great show.
It was
was
so
great.
cool, and it was like now you get to investigate the body and the crime scene, and it
I
took
just
real
want-
brain power, and also it was the cheesiest thing on
I
television.
just want
in
Christian to be
2013.
involved in these shows because he's such a pure guy, and there's just
Oh,
gonna be
I don't know if I
like
can
the
handle
mole,
it.
yeah, and
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
Who Done It, and
Mole.
also yeah.
Guys,
So
we should
early
let's watch
2000s
Temptation Island.
trash
I'll have
TV,
2
yeah.
watch shows for that.
Only if you
we-
fulfill your promise and finally watch an episode of Terrace House with me.
I'll watch anything you want. Yeah,
Oh, is that
absolutely.
we talked about? You talked about this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I'll do that.
Trevor, you're on notice if you're listening to this.
Trevor's definitely listening to this, and he's very upset already.
Yeah.
He's
Derailed it so
furious,
much.
yeah.
So yeah, reality shows 2020. That's what I'm excited for. Season 40 of Survivor. The next season, Big Brother, because I love Big Brother. Season 3 of Temptation Island.
Yeah,
I'm really on that train.
all good choices.
Reality starts now. That's the log line.
Wow. 2020 the
great.
year of reality.
Christian's got a future in marketing. Yeah, he starts
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
No, that's a great choice. I'm definitely also excited for Survivor Season 40, reality
Hell yeah.
TV in general.
Hell
That's, yeah, those are great choices. Just being dumb, just in general, with that kind of content. For me, it's there are a lot of things I'm excited about in 2020. A lot of good games, a lot of great movies. No Time to Die. Shout out. I'm cautiously optimistic to be a James Bond fan again.
I can't wait for that. Like, did you see the trailer?
Oh, yeah.
Time to
It looks
Die?
I've seen it numerous
Yeah, it
times.
looks good.
I've done like frame by frame breakdowns of it. Yeah, like I think like
You are so for a while, I guess like over a year ago, Logan and I workshopped doing a Bond rewatch
I would love
podcast
to
I'd be
genuinely.
because
Yeah.
Logan has seen
Genuinely.
Logan has seen every Bond movie probably a billion times. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a single James Bond film.
I would love to.
See,
one.
I've
Never one.
So-
No, I've never seen a James Bond movie. So that was Logan really wants me to watch him, and that's
I've seen
Content.
all the Craig
It'd be great
ones,
content.
but I've also forgotten all the Craig ones. Like if you like,
That's okay for 2 of the 4.
like
Yeah.
and so I
He
feel
has low
like,
batting average with them.
and
Yeah.
I do feel like
500 is a great batting
I
average.
do plan
Calm
on
down.
watching. I do plan on watching the most recent one, but I also
Yeah.
feel like it's gonna be like I don't know. Like I feel like I should rewatch the other ones just to kind of catch up.
I would
because,
say
yeah.
watch the 4 Daniel Craig ones, or realistically watch Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall, and just don't watch Spectre because it's bad. It hurts your eyes, hurts my eyes, hurts my heart.
Quantum
hurts my brain.
Solace is way worse.
And that's
Spectre.
a bad take, man. It really is
Wow.
not. Spectre's
Wow.
rough.
I think it's rough. I think
Quantum of Solace, I
is
think
bad,
Quantum of
too.
Solace is like a good. It's fine. It's whatever movie.
It only makes sense if you watch it like immediately after Casino Royale.
I think it makes
like,
sense because it's just like James is like he's just angry. Like Daniel Craig has like 5 lines in the movie. Like he just doesn't talk. He's just like mad.
He literally
That's
leaves
wild.
the
He's
dude in
just
the desert with a can
furious.
of oil and nothing else.
Yeah, so he'll eventually start
Yeah.
going crazy, so he drinks the oil and.
I'm sorry, I
some
shouldn't have
stuff.
just spoiled Quantum of Solace for
I mean, the movie's
Damn, what?
the movie's almost 12 years old now. Like you had your chance.
Holy shit, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casino Royale is 14 years old this year.
Quantum of Solace
2006.
happened during the writer's strike. That's
true.
how old
That's
that
true.
movie is.
That's true. That's why the movie.
Wow.
That's why the movie.
Yeah,
That's why
you
the
guys
movie
remember
is
that?
so.
Yeah.
That's why the movie is so weird. It's 'cause,
Daniel
like
Craig
it got-
helped write the
Yep,
movie.
yes, he did.
Which is why there's no dialogue. And
Yeah.
It's kind of bad.
it's a weird thing. Like,
What a deep.
and like Daniel Craig doesn't like
writer's
movies. Like,
strike.
but it's a weird. Yeah. Like.
Damn, didn't Dr. Horrible happen during the writer's strike?
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
Huge
yes,
shout
it
out
did.
to that.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
absolutely.
Yes, it did. That's a great deep
Nathan
cut.
Fillion has had my heart since 2006 or 7. It's about
But yeah, like No Time to Die.
It was Castle, dude. Hell yeah, that show's so good.
No Time to Die for sure. Like the thing I'm most excited for probably is just realistically is like The Last of Us Part 2.
For sure.
I mean, like The Last of Us, obviously my favorite game of all time. Check out that Ultimate Video Game List show, or just anything I've ever done on the internet. But so that come out in April as of right now.
Hope, fingers crossed, no delays.
I'd say pushes it. It'll push it like a month again.
Yeah.
It'll be like to May.
But they can have all the time they need.
I'm take it or leave it on Last of Us 2.
That's fair.
I really loved Last of Us 1.
I love Last of Us 1
and
too.
I was like, I'm totally off. I'm gonna get 2 on day 1.
Mhm.
I'm hoping for the best, but I was just super satisfied with like where the first one ended.
I mean, again, as
Yeah.
like the resident Last of
Yeah.
Us stan on the internet, like I've been very clear from the beginning where it's like I didn't need a sequel to Last of Us Part 1. I'm the guy who like I feel like I'm the only guy on the internet for who's ever talking about like, hey, like video games don't need everything doesn't need a sequel all the time. I say this all the time about video games because they're really bad about making sequels to everything, and also movies. You don't need sequels to everything, but we're gonna get a sequel, and I'm like optimistic that it's gonna be great because I trust Neil Druckmann and I trust him at Naughty Dog and I trust Troy and Ashley to deliver great performances for those two characters.
I'm hoping we get like an Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2 situation. Because again, I'm not even saying like Last of Us is bad. I just
No.
like, but like
You don't
I
see
hope
that
we
kind
just
of
get.
jump.
I just hope we get improvements on everything, and that's
I
what
think-
I've heard so far.
I think for me, it's one where it's like I think either way, like this is the last of the Last of Us. Like they're not like this isn't gonna be a game where it's gonna be a trilogy. Like this is gonna be like you're gonna get Last of Us Part 1 and 2, sort of like the Godfather Part 1 and 2 before they waited 20 years and did another one. I don't think you're gonna get that here. I think very clearly like we are done with this. Like we killed off Uncharted. That's done. We're not doing that anymore. We're gonna finish off Last of Us and we're gonna do something new now for the PS5.
On that
which
note,
is
do you have any speculation or wish list?
what they would do next for the PS5.
Yeah.
Whatever, I mean, like, honestly, whatever Naughty Dog wants to do, right? Like, I think part of what makes that studio, for me, the best in the world is that, like, they don't do the same thing. They do change up from, like, Crash to Jak and Dexter to Uncharted to The Last of Us. Like, they constantly change up what they're doing kind of each generation. I think it could be really, really, really cool to see Naughty Dog go back to platforming. Like, I think that could be a really cool thing. My issue with that is that, like, that team that they've talked, like, internally about before in the interviews, that, like, we're a fundamentally different team. Like, the team that made Crash and Jak and Dexter, for the most part, like, that team is not here anymore, save for, like, a few people. Like, we are a team who do like, cinematic, like, third-person open adventure games. I think they could do that, but, like, and maybe, like, a larger field, like, an open world or, like, semi-open world game, I think it'd be really exciting to see them do. Like, I want them to tell stories. Like, Naughty Dog, I think, are the best storytellers in the industry. Like, I want Neil Druckmann to tell me stories. He's phenomenal at what he does. So, like, something in that, like, something in, like, space would be really cool, I think.
That's weird that that's something that I thought of too.
I think them doing
Like,
something in
was,
space
like,
would be really
space.
cool. Like, that'd be, like, imagine them doing, like,
Mass Effect.
Yeah, right?
Basically, like where you're just going
That's
from
kind of
planet
the
to
thing.
planet, but instead of exploring like
Like,
an open
you-
world planet, it's a condensed like story based.
I was gonna say, like, imagine if it's just, like, Uncharted in space. Like, it is
Yeah.
that thing, like, you're Han Solo, basically. You're a Han Solo character just going through, like, space
Which,
trying to find some, like, artifact.
Funnily enough, we almost got with
1313.
Amy.
Or no,
Yeah.
Amy Hennig's game,
Amy
and the
Hennig,
visceral
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that this morning. For
Yeah,
like
I
no
was.
reason.
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Like, I would love to see like them do something like that. Like, I think that could be really cool. Like, I like whatever it is. Like, I ultimately trust them to do really great. And like low key, it's already being workshopped in the studio. And I wouldn't be shocked if they're in some state of like pre-production or like alpha on that. So I don't think we're gonna have another like 5-year, 4-year long gap in between what they do. But like.
I'd want to see them take that like Uncharted
Yeah.
kind of like third person kind of gameplay and the storytelling and the adventure there.
Just do it.
But like what I love about this there's this segment in Uncharted 3 that's in modern day and you're like in London going
Yep.
through the streets and like I just want them to do like that.
Yep.
Like I want them to do like a heist game or like
Yeah.
a secret agent game or
Yep.
like MI6 or something where
Bounce it.
I would
like
fuck with that.
like modern day
Yeah.
like in
Kinda
out of the jungle.
espionage, kinda
Yeah. Like
I think that
take
could be
all
really,
that
really
what
great.
they do with Uncharted.
Them doing like a spy game even like be great.
Yeah.
Like I like Naughty Dog is so talented that like I'm sure that they are gonna do something really, really phenomenal whatever they do next. Like it is interesting too because like we're at a point now where like with Uncharted done, with The Last of Us about to be done, like they're at a sense of like I feel like the most creative freedom they've had ever, right? Because like when they went from Jack to Uncharted, that was a risk because it was going from platforming to something totally different, right? And then when they went from Uncharted to The Last of Us, that was a huge risk too because it's like you make fun kind of like kid or teen games before this, and then like we're gonna make a fucking brutal like hard R video game kind of thing. That like didn't necessarily test well. Like when they tested it, like it didn't get like great review scores kind of thing internally, and they were concerned that like it might be like received critically like a 7.58 kind of thing, and it just happened to like blow the doors off the entire industry and like rechange video game storytelling kind of thing. But like now to the point where it's like we have all of the cachet we can possibly have, like we can do whatever the fuck we want, and like that's why it's like just do something so like do like a space game, do like a espionage game, do like a heist game, like do something super cool. And like I'm sure they're internally having like those are I'm sure like really fun like bull sessions, like what are we gonna pick, like what do we do next.
I want somebody to storm into their conference room and just go Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11 video
like,
game. That you have the
like,
key to Jazz's heart right now.
That's true. Guys, I love heist movies.
Yeah, and so like
But imagine Naughty Dog making 11 individual characters like that all are just interacting throughout a heist.
Wow.
yeah, like that's the thing. Like,
Doesn't that just sound amazing?
I think it could be something big like that too. Like that's part of
Cool
where I
if you
think we could go.
Picked one character to play through. Like if you had
Oh,
11 routes, so you
yeah.
can play as each character. You have to play through the game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't switch in the middle, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I
So like
think
you can play as Danny Ocean, and then you gotta
Yeah.
play as like
Brad
Bernie
Pitt.
Mac.
yeah.
Bernie Mac is the best. Yeah.
Scott Conn or whatever, is that him? I love him and
Oh, the
Casey Affleck.
brothers?
Whatever. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they're always just
Casey
like
Affleck,
they
too.
always have like the goofy role where they're making like a distraction.
it.
They're like
but yeah.
EMTs or something.
You know how Amy's Ice Cream, which is like an Austin cold stone, basically.
Oh, yeah.
You know how they always have the like question on the board? It's like, you
Oh,
know, what
the
movie the
trivia.
Jazz
trivia
is
from?
so proud about this.
This is
trivia.
the only one
I
I've
already
ever
know
gotten
what you
right.
mean, I know.
Because I tell the story all the time. The only one I've ever gotten, you get like a free topping or whatever. But
I always go for it.
the quote was, "I'm gonna drop you like third period French," and I screamed out loud because that's from Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would say for me, Last of Us Part 2 and tentatively like scared but optimistic, No Time to Die. But now I just want to talk about heist movies because Jazz got me into that. So the second half of this podcast is just gonna be we're gonna talk about heist
I
movies
love
now,
heist
Jazz.
movies
Amazing.
so much. It's like the
they're
best.
so good. Like I fucking like so like Ocean's 11 is like the standard that there would be judged
Absolutely.
like they would
Hell
judge
yes.
a heist movie,
Hell
right?
yeah.
Like
Those movies, by the way, 11's the best, 13 is the second best,
Yes,
12 is
absolutely.
not
yes,
great.
absolutely,
100%.
absolutely.
It was
That's
fine.
100%.
12 was good because it introduced the character of the fox, but like it wasn't good.
13 is where the whole thing is amazing. Like 12
Right,
is
well, and
whatever.
that's why
like,
12
yeah.
was worth it for introducing that character. 13 gets so intricate, but the fox is a good character in 13.
It's
It is,
fun.
yeah.
Like
You have to
Ocean's
make
11 is such a like that movie's
Ocean's 11's
so
the best
yeah
movie,
yeah
period.
yeah.
The only time I've been to Vegas, I went and stood in front of the Bellagio fountain and
Nice,
pretended I
yeah.
just ripped off
Good.
a bunch of casinos.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear from you.
Well, yeah, I was lit as hell, but yeah.
It's because like they have that. I love that they had like the moment in 13 that's great with the fox is that like he is explaining to Danny Ocean and like how he won,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it's just that whole thing of how he's like, oh, but like you didn't realize this, and then he's like, and then Danny Ocean's like, we won because we did this, and he's
Yeah.
like, and then the fox is like, how'd you do it? Like that's how it ends. He's just like, how'd you do it? And he won't tell him. Like, and then they just like, I'm just like, it's such a great like.
Heist
Jazz
movies are my bread
is a
and
big
butter.
fan, yeah, of The Italian Job.
I love the Italian
Oh, that's
Job.
a great one.
Hell
Which
yes!
we're using great again, very loosely here. The original
Shout
one's
out
really
Seth
great.
Green.
Yeah, I mean, a
You
very
know,
soft,
One
his
time,
whole-
one
a
time.
very soft one time shout out to Seth Green.
His whole motivation for being a part of that heist
Yeah.
is because he wants a stereo powerful enough to blow a girl's clothes
Yeah.
off, and he gets
He
it.
gets it, and
Kind of a gross character, honestly, but
Yeah,
we'll-
The-
we'll let it
I'll
run.
never forget, like when I first moved to Austin.
it
like,
was the early 2000s.
Like when I was in Austin, from like legitimately like the first week or two I was in Austin, like and I was still like the old place me and Jazz had.
Yeah, the one that almost burned down.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I was like Jazz at work, whatever. So like I was like, I'm gonna watch a movie while I'm here, kind of thing. And I watched Italian, and I was like, man, this movie sure is from 2003.
Yes,
Like, it's
that
a-
is true.
Like
yeah.
there's a scene like where like they're like in a boat chase early in the movie, and like the special effects happen. I was like, oh yeah, like, this is a 2000. This sure is 2003 movie. Like
Some
it's
guy
like.
pulled out a Nokia. And
Yeah,
was like, I'm on my way.
it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like, all right, yeah, like, and Seth Green just like acting, and is like, that's right, that's why Seth Green isn't an actor. I forgot about that. Yeah,
That's
like,
not why. It's because he was in Austin
No,
Powers.
I mean
That's
Seth
why.
Green, he's actually good or decent enough in Austin Powers, but like here's just like,
He's
yeah,
fine
yeah,
in
like,
Are you
Idle
kidding me?
Hands.
He was great in the Italian Job. That was exactly what that character was supposed to be.
that's
Yeah,
the way to put it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Did
But-
he play the guy in the chair kind of thing?
Yeah, he's like the guy.
He's the
tech
detective.
kid.
Yeah.
He's like 17.
His whole motivation, he wants to buy the stereo, but his entire character motivation is that he's just like, he has this weird backstory. He was like roommates with the guy who invented Napster in college, and he was like, I invented it. That's why he called it Napster, because I was taking a nap when he stole it, and like that's his whole character.
I've not seen the Italian Job.
Oh my god,
I've
it's
seen
amazing.
Like,
It's so great.
like-
Charlize Theron's hot. Edward Norton's also hot.
It seems like something.
It's
that-
great.
Edward Norton's fine.
Yeah.
He's got a weird mustache.
Yeah, I mean, he's not
He
that
does
bad,
have
but
a weird
He's
mustache.
That's
That's the
hot.
first thing I thought of.
He's very skeezy, and he
Yeah.
does it really well.
Edward
Edward Norton
Norton's
is
a great
a
actor.
very good villain. He's a great actor, but he's a very good villain. Yeah.
I like what they did recently, and this is kind of like semi-related to Italian Job. Is
Sure.
in Hobbs and Shaw, they show
I think so.
what's his face's garage, and he has the Mini Cooper from the Italian Job, and he's like when they walk by it, he's like,
Jason
this is
Statham.
Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Shaw. They show Shaw's
Yeah.
garage.
And he's like, this is from a job we pulled in Italy or
Yeah.
whatever, and then they like walk past it. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That whole scene with the Mini Coopers too is like,
Jason, this is
so
a weird,
great.
Here's a little weird thing.
Are you
about
looking at
Jason
Heist
Statham.
movies?
Yeah, I'm just
can
going
I
to check.
can I tell you a secret that's gonna be on the
different
podcast?
multiverses. Like, so there's a tie between Italian Job and
That's my story.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw,
Thank
and also in Collateral, he's apparently playing the transporter.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
the dude, yeah.
Yeah,
from, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
And then there's also the mechanic, which is basically like the same dude.
Transporter
like,
is great.
He's a multiverse.
It's a great
dude.
movie.
Jason-
Cranked.
They-
Crank
Crank-
2.
Crank. I've never seen Crank 2. Crank 1 is
those are all
that
sequel-
movie earned its R rating.
One big movie.
That movie earned its R rating for sure.
The Statham. The
What
Statham
a
verse.
movie
Yeah.
verse
The
that
Statham
was as
verse,
well.
yeah.
It's like the Pixar universe. It's like it's all connected, but it's all
It's all
Jason
Jason
Statham.
Statham.
Yeah.
I looked up heist movies, and
Heat.
I just want to immediately
Number
point
one.
out. Is that how you think it's a heist movie?
Heat? Yeah, where they're like
I-
robbing banks.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
I mean that more as like almost like
like a drama.
like a drama like cop movie kind of thing, 'cause like the back and forth.
I can
Oh,
see
I feel
that.
like robbing
Did you-
a bank is a little different from robbing like
Yeah,
a,
that's
a
my
thing.
thing. Yeah.
Or a particular.
That's
you're
almost like
talking
that's like a
the
crime.
full
That's like a
Ocean's
crime
11
movie.
heist.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like Ocean's 8. Did anybody like Ocean's 8?
I never saw
I
it.
didn't see it.
I'm
I thought
disappointed in you. I thought that's a movie you very much.
it was definitely. I wanted to see it. I just don't go to the movies much.
Yeah.
I remember
It
at
caught
the
my
time
interest.
thinking like I just really want to see it. My problem with it is just like
the problem.
you can write a heist movie for women, and you don't have to have Sandra Bullock related to Danny Ocean. Like you, what we could have just had a female heist movie. You don't got to be like, oh well, she's a con because her brother's a con, and he did it first, whatever, and now she's also an Ocean.
They're-
Do you want a
Cowards.
fun Ocean's 8 spoiler?
Sure. Well, yeah.
I
They.
was going to watch it this weekend.
Are you really?
No.
I believe
Hey,
it.
I
chill,
was like,
chill.
damn.
Yeah.
I was like, they basically like retcon shit and like they just fucking murdered Danny Ocean. Like he's just dead.
Just off screen.
He's dead?
He's dead. They off screen
they
killed
shot
Danny
him
Ocean.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah, they,
Like in
they should. Danny
Transformers?
Ocean's dead in that movie.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, when I heard that, I was like, you know what?
Oh.
Fuck this. I'm not watching
Down
that
vote,
shit.
yeah.
I'm not watching this.
Just
I'm not watching
someone,
this.
look.
Don't
listen,
murder Danny. Also, could you be like, he's off with Julia Roberts in fucking Italy having
That's
a nice
true.
life? Why'd you have to be
Yeah.
like, we're gonna murder him?
It's their second, third anniversary.
and I was like, Jesus, guys.
Going back to 13 for a second, Ocean's 13.
Doesn't matter
There's
if
that
it's
whole
13.
scene where Julia Roberts plays Julia Roberts.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
But
She
that's
pretends.
That's 12.
To,
Yeah.
That's 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes to the museum and she's Julia Roberts playing
Truly.
her character playing Julia Roberts.
Because they're like, your character looks like Julia Roberts.
I just
That's the best running gag in that. It's like, has anyone told Tess? Like, don't talk about it. She don't like talk about it.
I love whenever that
Respect.
moment happens in not that it happens a lot, but for example, like in the Last Action Hero when Arnold.
Hell yeah, my guy.
gets
We're talking
mistaken.
last action here on this podcast. That's right, my guy. That's a great movie.
Sorry,
Oh, you know what other movie?
Do you like Baby Driver?
Oh,
I haven't
absolutely.
seen it. There's a movie coming out. This is only adjacent heist related. I don't know
Jason
why I
Knight
thought
related.
it.
My favorite kind of heist movie.
It's a movie coming out in 2020, so I'm also excited for this. I'm
Okay.
excited for a lot of movies in 2020.
I pulled up. That's why.
And I wanna
stepped
talk
up
about
to
that
get
Carey
my-
Mulligan
I got
one
my
later.
watch list with me.
Good.
But-
That's what I wanted to hear.
There's a movie coming out, and it is what is his name? The guy that was the Green Lantern.
Ryan Reynolds?
It's a Ryan Reynolds
I was
movie.
gonna say Seth
And
Rogen, but he was the Green
He was
Hornet.
Green Hornet.
Yeah.
Great movie. Loved that movie. No, it's Ryan
Free
Reynolds.
guy?
I think so.
Free
Maybe.
guy.
He's like
The
the
game one?
NPC.
He's an NPC. Yeah.
This movie
Yeah.
looks so bad, guys.
That looks
What?
so
I
funny.
think we're gonna go there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I want
Real
to say,
bad.
I'm not saying it looks like a great,
looks-
like award-winning movie.
No.
Do I think that's entertaining?
It looks dumb.
It looks like
It looks
it's making.
great.
I think
it's a clever concept to have your main character realize he's an NPC. Like, that's kind of cool.
It's emulating all the games that I don't play. I don't play the Fortnites, the Call of Duties, the Grand Theft Autos, and those are all of the games that it's like kind of making fun of. So that's why I'm kind of like along for the ride.
Would you be more interested if he picked up like a Keyblade and got like an
No,
anime wig and
I
started
want to
like
have fun making
around,
fun of
like,
things. Don't ruin the
Yeah,
things that
it's
I
gonna
love.
be fun.
Yeah.
It's like I went to see Ready Player One.
Mm.
Was that a good movie? No. Was I entertained? Uh-huh.
Was that a good movie?
No. Objectively, no. And I love. That's one of my favorite books.
People were
and that movie was not good, but I was entertained.
on that note.
That's all I take.
People were talking about like movies that they recently rewatched and kind of coming around on, and I was like, that's one of them. Like
Ready
every
Player
time I
One?
watch it, I do warm up to it
It's
a bit
fun.
more.
It's
Yeah.
not. It doesn't even follow the story in the book. But I was like, all right, it's a cute little romp. You know, it's fine.
Christian, what are the movies you're excited for? What's on your watch list here? Let's run through these real quick.
I don't have that many. Well, I mean, what I meant is I won't name that many, but like one that we talked about Free Guy, Tenet. Have y'all been?
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
I love Christopher Nolan's my favorite director right now.
Which
Yeah.
we recently released. We as in like that nerdy side. We released the Inception.
That one be film class.
Yeah, and so
That movie's incredible still. It holds up amazing.
the trailer came out like
Yeah,
a little bit
seen it
right
raw.
before I
great.
started listening to that episode, and so just the combination of those two, I was like, man,
Tenet's gonna be great. I'm
in a
very
Nolan
excited for that.
mood. I mean, I don't get what there's always a thing, whether it's space or dreams and dreams or something. I'm like this one. I don't know. It's time travel that they're dealing with, or there's something going on here.
Mhm.
And but just I'm always down for Nolan.
I am so excited
So
for
there's
Tenet.
Tenet, Soul, some animated.
Some animated shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pixar one.
Yeah, which is this one's totally on my alley because it seems like it's about artists and creators, and we're all here to a certain level degree creators or creatives. And so I think like that's gonna resonate like a lot with like us as a collective group, and also like all the friends we have. I feel like whether they're vloggers or bloggers or video game players or what podcasters, like a lot of our people in our circles, like I think are gonna relate to that, and so.
I like I saw Ben, I think, say it once, and I think I ultimately agree. Like I love the animation when they're alive. Once they're dead,
That is
I do not like the
Oh,
animation of that as
yeah.
much. I do not like
That's
that
one
as much.
critique.
Yeah.
That is one thing why that took a little bit of the wind out of my sails, but like I'm still kind of.
They said they're still tweaking it too, so it could be different by the time it actually like hits screens.
But it's a very valid, point that people were raising about.
Yeah. Anything else? You want to give a shout out to?
Like on the meme side of things, Sonic is
Dude,
coming out.
Oh yeah, my guy.
Sonic.
Yeah,
Oh.
my guy.
Guys, we're all gonna go see
Austin,
Sonic, right?
that
Yeah,
nerdy
I'll
site.
go.
Austin crew,
100%.
yeah.
Live review, spoiler cast after
Download
watching Sonic the
right
Hedgehog.
Hell yes.
When does that come out, Frank?
Can I say?
Tell me the date. Is it really Valentine's Day?
It's counter programming for Valentine's
Guys.
Day.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It is
Guys.
February 14th.
Guess what, guys? On
2020.
February 14th, 2020, your
Amazing.
night's booked.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Jim Carrey as Dr.
Oh,
I think it actually works.
I think that lands.
I think that actually
lands
works. That's
so
my
well.
thing too. When
Also,
I saw it, I
Jim
was
Carrey,
like,
what's
that
he
works.
been doing recently?
That works.
The last
Wait.
thing I
That
saw
one
him
website
was,
that he did.
His comeback is gonna be as Dr. Robotnik.
I think
like,
it-
hell yeah.
That makes a ton of sense.
I'm in for it. I really.
I am
think
very
it's gonna be
excited.
good.
We are gonna definitely do
I
live
like the
for the
little back
cast.
and forth with him and his little assistant guy. I think
Yeah.
that's funny.
I'm very here
That's
for
cute.
it.
It's
I'm
good.
very here for it. Frank, anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, so I definitely want to give a shout out to, if it makes it this year, which I believe it's supposed to, is Furious 9. We're on that hype train.
The 4-minute trailer that's supposed to come out eventually.
That
A
they teased at the
4-minute
Game
trailer?
Awards.
That's
yeah.
asinine.
Vin Diesel, showed up on the Game Awards. He's like, hey, I saw the 4-minute trailer. That was my impersonation.
I thought it was great.
I'm so on board for that though. Like they'll never probably not have me for that series.
Nah.
I can't wait for them to reveal that the plot is like
God, I
they're
haven't seen any of those
cloning
either.
Han.
You're totally
you know,
right.
from
Oh,
his,
God,
yeah.
That is not.
Cool.
to bring everybody back.
Cool.
There's also the that Kingsman prequel.
Yeah,
that's set
yeah.
during like World War I.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shockingly, I haven't seen any of the Kingsman movies. Either.
First one's
We
good.
should
Second one you don't need to
those.
watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
the
what
first
I heard.
one was great.
Yeah.
though.
The first one. Yeah.
The prequel looks really good. Like it looks like it's an actually like great movie.
What I
It
don't
looks
like
so
is
good.
that it reminds me of like a lot about what they did with the second Star Trek movie, where everyone was like, "Oh, so where's Khan?" It's totally a Khan movie, right? And they're like, "No, what are you talking about?" Like, this is clearly an origin story of what was his name? Colin Firth's character.
Colin Firth's character. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
But this is clearly like an origin story for him. But I feel like they're
I
not.
don't think so
I
because
feel like- I
that's
feel
too
like
far apart, right? World
They
War One,
keep
two.
emphasizing the Kane, you know. and-
Maybe it's like a staple of the Like maybe
I
it's
mean,
like
could be.
maybe it's like his mentor or something like that,
I'm
and like
just
in the movie,
saying-
like it's like the mentor of Colin Firth.
Could be. But I think it's I think it's him. I think he's playing the Eggsy. He's playing the
Yeah.
new.
We'll see.
So I just wish they would be more fun instead of being kind of.
Anything else you want to give a shout out to before you?
There's a couple movies that on there that look kind of cool. Now I want to look into, but
Sure.
also according to the list I just looked at, Bill and Ted Face the Music is supposed
Absolutely.
to come out in
Oh, yeah.
2020,
Absolutely.
and I will be there day one.
Love Bill and Ted.
absolutely.
Let me Bill
Huge
and Ted.
Bill and Ted fan.
I'll watch it with you live. Yeah.
I only
absolutely.
saw the time travel one. Well, I mean, I guess they all. I only saw the one where like they
Bogus
bring.
Journey. The
Bogus-
one where they
Bogus
go to
Journey is
hell.
my favorite one. The second one, yeah. It's
I
really
The
think-
second one's your favorite. The first
Yeah.
one's my favorite.
I love Bogus Journey.
Well, the one where they present like the show.
That's the first one.
Okay, I've
Yeah.
seen that
And
one.
then
I haven't seen the other one.
I love the scene with the mall where they're
Yeah.
all just in the mall and like Beethoven's like on the
It's
electric
great.
Casio and they're like, "Hey, get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here!"
get out of here, Brandon.
That's classic fish
The
out of
whole
water. I love that.
marketing behind the movie is really great and really fun too. Jazz, any movies you want to give a shout out to before we wrap up?
Yeah.
What we got?
Sonic.
2020. Yeah, Sonic.
We already
2020
that's
has
what's happening.
a new Scooby Doo movie coming out.
That's
Yo,
It
I'm
absolutely
excited.
live action or
I
Did
think
James Gunn write
It's
this
CG.
one?
It's CG.
I think it's animated. And I remember the voice cast came out, and I was a little weirded out by it because it doesn't have any of your like Frank Welker's not Fred. It doesn't have any of your normal crew. It's
Everyone would
almost all
have
new.
thought
I think
Matthew
Amanda.
Lillard would have been in it.
Yeah, he's not. Amanda
Yeah.
Seyfried's Daphne. I think America Ferrara is Velma. But I want to
That's
see it.
fun.
I love Scooby Doo. I'll watch anything with Scooby Doo in it. That Ghostbusters movie's coming out next year.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And I want to
That's
see
right.
that. I love Finn Wolfhard, and I think that looks so cool. I think it's a really neat successor, and it looks a lot darker. I just recently rewatched Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters
and
is
it's-
dark.
The funny.
It doesn't. I don't know that some bits of it don't hold up. I would say it's
Ghostbusters is great.
it's a product of its era.
You
But
don't
like
like
it,
when Dan Aykroyd is like asleep on the ghost?
No, I don't. But it's very
Go
like.
ahead.
Oh, it's just very lighthearted still, and this new one looks like dark as hell. So I'm pretty excited for that.
I was gonna say like it's funny that you're saying how like you're looking forward to it could be as it's darker, and for me, I'm looking forward to it because it looks less adult. Like when I watched the first two, like I was like, oh, these are too raunchy and
Oh,
adult
sure,
for me.
yeah.
I was like, I'm just not. That's just not my usual jam. Like the adult jokes.
Getting blown by a ghost.
Yeah,
yeah.
which by the way, when I first saw that, I didn't know that was what's going on.
Well-
I thought he when he makes that face, I thought he was scared that there was a ghost in the room with him, and I didn't realize too much later, like, oh, it's something else. But
Makes sense.
but a lot of those things kind of went
Yeah.
over my head. But that's to say, like, this looks more like, oh, this looks like kind of like a Stranger Things vibe, Goonies, all that kind of.
Yeah,
little ragtag kids,
Goonies.
like that. It just seems like I just don't really like a lot of raunchy stuff. So the fact that yes, it is darker, but on the content side, it seems like it's gonna be like, oh, well, these are kids, so we're not gonna go super weird with it. So
Sure. I do also want to shout out before we end the Carey Mulligan movie coming out next year called Promising Young Woman.
That looks
This
fucking
year.
dope.
Yeah, right.
We're in the future now.
Oh my god, yes, 2020. Here we are. That movie looks incredible.
Yep.
That I want to see it very, very badly. And I can already tell, like, this is going to be one of those movies that pisses people off.
I don't
online.
think as much as you do. I think it'll piss less people off than you do. I think.
I haven't heard or seen it. What's like the 5 second? Like, what is it?
Try to explain that in 5 seconds, Jazz.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Carey Mulligan plays a character.
Who might I recognize her from? Like, she had the
You
name
don't
sounds
know
familiar.
Great Gatsby?
Yep, Great Gatsby.
Oh, okay, the main.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
Who, through a traumatic backstory that we will unfold, I suppose, decides that what she's going to do with her life is go out to bars, act like she's shit can wasted, have dudes take her home, and then see if they do creepy things
This sounds like
to her.
Red State.
And then call her.
If
and
they
then
do,
she's not actually drunk, so she'll.
she doesn't let it happen. I don't know what she does to them, but in the trailer she's got a little notepad with like tally marks of presumably all the dudes that she's.
killed, probably.
Well, we don't know, but it's a lot of tally
Oh,
marks, and I'm
okay.
really.
I don't think they're dead. I don't think she.
She
killed
did
them.
something to them. We don't. I mean, I don't know if she just. I can't imagine she caught them and she was like, "Now don't do it again." Like, there's something there, and I want to see it so badly. So.
That was one of the ones I saw on the list that looked really fucking cool. Like I saw the poster and I read the description and I was like, this looks fucking amazing.
Also, Bo Burnham is in it, which
Oh,
is
really?
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah, I love
hopefully.
him.
I'm really hoping he doesn't play the bad guy.
No,
but
he's like very much like the love.
It seems like he plays the good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like crops up for a second in the trailer. But I love Bo Burnham too, and it's cool that he's transitioning to like serious stuff after all of his like wildly successful and very funny comedy. So yeah, I'm.
Well, that's a
That is
comedians like to try drama every now and then.
that is what I'm most
Or not
excited
drama,
for,
you know, something
movie wise in 2020 for sure.
So shout out to the Eternals. I saw that was
Yeah,
Is that
I mean,
coming out this year?
Yeah, this year.
What?
We're getting the Eternals.
Whoa.
2020 is gonna be a good year for content.
We're gonna get Jack Kumail Nanjiani.
None of you mentioned.
Oh my god, he is so good.
Yeah,
he was good
yeah.
looking before too. Like that man's hot, but holy shit, he's ripped now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a
Shredded.
thirst trap.
None of you mentioned Top Gun. I'm disappointed in all of you. It's gonna be
Absolutely not
awesome.
about that.
Why do we have to
Absolutely
remake
not
Top Gun?
about that.
No,
It's not a remake. It's a sequel.
Why we don't need that?
Not
It's
about
gonna be
it.
great.
I know. I
The
would.
Top
rather
Gun's gonna be fun. None
This
of you
is-
mentioned.
This is like
None
when
of you
Tom Cruise
mentioned.
did the Mummy.
None of you
Is Val Kilmer in
mentioned.
it?
Is what?
Is Val Kilmer in the Top Gun, the new Top Gun?
I
I think
heard
he's
he
got.
is.
I think he's got like a cameo. I'm sure.
Which, by the way, just putting it out there, I still have never seen Top Gun.
Top Gun's great. We'll watch Top
that's
Gun.
a movie. Top Gun is the most homoerotic movie to come out of that era too.
Man,
None
that
of
volleyball
you. That's
song's
not.
too good,
That
that
is not true. I can assure that is not true. I've
You
seen
haven't-
a lot of
You
80s
seen
action
Top Gun?
movies.
What's more homoerotic to you, like 80s?
Basically, I mean, almost every. I mean, all 80s action movies are homoerotic, just by the inherent nature.
Like
All
when
of them.
the Stallone.
I was gonna say Rocky 3 for
Top Gun is
starters.
still.
Well,
Uh,
all I'll say is
remember-
to Jazz's credit, I've never seen the movie, but from like gifs and memes and through osmosis,
It's
without
very
a doubt,
homoerotic.
yeah,
It's very homoerotic.
She's
None of you mentioned Bad Boys for Life.
I
Also
thought about
pointing to
that.
that.
Yeah,
The movie's gonna be great. Bad Boys for Life comes out very soon.
Well,
too.
I just figured, how could he top two? You know.
That comes out like this week actually.
Really?
This
Or
comes
next
out
week.
this
Whoa,
week?
Next
Are you
week.
serious?
God
Like
damn.
when this goes live that weekend, yes.
Okay.
Okay, wow.
January 17th. Be ready, boy. We're
What
like.
else is
They're really
there?
trying to take on 1917.
I'm just saying a few things like across the country, but like.
Oh, the new Doolittle movie? I'm
I'm
not.
not about that.
Nobody's
down
gonna,
with
nobody, yeah,
that.
we're okay with that.
Completely.
Nobody cares with that. We're not gonna talk about that. But like, there are a few things here. We could get more into it, but like,
If they had remade
movies are coming out.
the
And-
oh, never mind.
We have a Spudger movie too. It looks like. Yeah, like a lot of movies coming out. Let me just lean forward here, guys. A lot of movies coming out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
When this is being recorded, it's technically like a 2019, which you can't afford, but a 2022, depending on how you want to slice and dice it. 1917, I haven't seen.
I haven't seen
I'm
it.
seeing it tomorrow
Nice.
when we record this. Yesterday, when this goes live. And let me tell you what, I'm very excited for it. 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 It's gonna fucking slap. Alright? It's
Can
gonna be
you
lit.
give me the 5
1917
seconds?
is a World War I movie, basically.
Yeah.
Like an epic kind of thing, like a Lawrence Arabia style thing.
Looks beautiful.
It's beautifully shot. Roger Deakins,
yeah.
cinematography.
Oh, yeah.
so it's-
Oh,
yeah.
he's-
Yeah.
he's
Sam
the-
Mendes
the
directed.
Rob
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Rob Man.
Yeah,
okay.
Sam Mendes directed it, and it's filmed to look like it's all done in one take. And that's kind of fun. It's basically following two.
I overheard someone talking about a one-take thing. I didn't realize they were talking
Yeah,
about that.
it's basically filmed to look like it's done in one take. It follows two soldiers as they have to basically relay a message to another company, like
Because it's gonna be like an ambush.
So
that they're
many miles
going
away,
into,
basically,
So
yeah,
they
it's
have to go like across the
across
line
the
or
trenches,
whatever to
across
go
like
get
no man's
them,
land to get to the message to be like, don't attack in the morning. So they have like 12 hours to kind of get the message across, kind of thing.
And if it's like that thing of that, like if you die, that message isn't gonna get
And
there.
if,
They're all
and if
just,
not even
like,
if you
done
die,
for.
but like if you fail,
Yeah.
600 men will die. And one of the brothers of one of the two guys is in that company as well, so there's like extra incentive too. It looks haunting, epic, beautiful, sweeping, grandiose.
Like,
Trevor Starkey from that site review that he tweeted out was literally just, holy fuck, 1917. Andrew Taylor, friend of the site, said he cried watching it. Like,
Wait,
I'm
this is out
very-
already? I thought y'all said it was coming out.
I'm seeing it. It's already out. Like opening weekend, like it.
Okay.
Limited release came out Christmas Day. Wide release was this weekend, so Trevor saw it opening night.
This
Andrew
one
saw
went
it
under my
opening night.
radar.
I
It
would
looks
definitely-
very good. Watch the trailer whenever we're done here. Like it looks really, really good.
That's-
Well, if it's already out, maybe I should just jump straight into it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
I thought the trailer for it was great, and it kind of hooked me
Beautiful.
in. Like I just saw it before.
It's very
whatever movie I
haunting
went to go
images,
see,
like-
and I loved like
Roger
the-
Deakins, you know cinematography.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's this one shot where he's just like all the soldiers are running across the
Yeah.
grass field and like
It's
bombs
like the
are
last
going
shot
off
of, like,
and
the
people are
trailer,
like
yeah, it's
flying
great.
around and he's just like running the opposite way because he has to go like to get the message to
Yeah,
them.
it is so good. And like
Like-
it's got a ton of like Colin Firth is in it, and like Benedict Cumberbatch is in it, and
Oh, good
like a
cast,
big
man.
cast of like kind of like small supporting characters. Like it is gonna be
Awesome.
very good.
It looks like a really realistic,
Well,
Yeah.
like World War One take
Yeah.
too.
Well,
Like I saw his like he fires at someone. I think it's gun jams at some point.
Yeah,
and I was like, man,
and
that
like
isn't
there
the most,
aren't a
like,
lot of
realistic
World War I
shit.
movies. Like All Quiet on the Western Front is kind of like one of the few ones. Like I'm very, very excited for it.
In general, I don't watch a
It's
lot
great.
of military dramas. And
I
stuff,
think you'll like this one.
but
I think,
there's,
yeah.
I've got like my hand few that I like.
Yeah.
I like.
So I'm very excited for that. I'll say to wrap it up. Anybody else have anything you want to give a shout to before we close down?
I'm just excited for the content we're gonna be doing.
I'm excited
yeah,
for
we-
2020. I'm excited for that nerdy site. I appreciate that mood, Christian.
We
Yeah,
started,
hell yeah.
started at the end of November, kind of. And
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. Like Trevor's mentioned it before. Like it's kind of funny time to start things up because immediately after that we're all busy with like Thanksgiving and the holidays and the New Year's and stuff like that. So like it's been cool how much we've been putting out, but like now that we're in the middle of January, things that we're gonna really start hitting our stride and like PAX South's around the corner, and then I'm already starting to think about all the conventions and things that are going on, and yeah, like I'm just excited for the website and everything that's gonna come with it.
So that'll do it for episode 11. I believe I said earlier of That Nerdy Site Show. You can find Christian at Pixelbrave.
Yes.
On everything. Christian, anything you want to shout out?
Yeah, so I started that anime pod with That Nerdy Site. The pilot's out there, and then this Wednesday, the 8th, if you follow your calendar, you'll be seeing
14th, I think, maybe?
The next episode, I think, drops this week. But, you can follow updates for that at Pixelbrave or at the Twitter page for the anime shop at That Anime Pod. I will get much better at, like, letting that roll off the tongue.
Sure, yeah. It takes time.
Getting the spiel out. But no,
You've also got your best of.
Yeah, so far I've dropped on the website best of 2019, which I had 2 category lists. I had movies and anime. Thank you, Jazz, for looking at like my movie list and helping me out with some of that. Gotcha. I need to go back to the other one. There was one list I didn't send you, but I need to. I was writing these at like 3 or 4 in the morning, so that's why they're really weird. But I need to go. But I'm excited still that I got a chance to get out of my comfort zone. I'm not a writer. I'm more of a behind the camera kind of guy, editing. And so finding my voice was like kind of a fun new challenge. And so look forward to, I've got a few decade lists for me. It's coming out anime, TV, film, and games of the decade.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very nice. Christian's got maybe the most content alongside Trevor there in terms of the best of list stuff.
The only reason why I have them ready though is because I play so few games in TV that
makes it easy.
Those lists build themselves.
Yeah. That's a working trick. Frank, where can they find you on the internet?
I'm everywhere at Irrelevant Jokes, and at the moment, the up on the site is my best games of 2019, and I am working on best games of the decade, and I also kind of want to do like video components to those as well and get those online.
Absolutely. You can also check out the conclusion of that Ultimate Video Game List show as well. That came to an end a week ago, I think, when you listened to this live. Very nice people out there saying nice things about that show.
Yeah, a lot of great feedback on the list show, and this week in place of the list show, since that's on hiatus right now, is going to be my personal ranking of the list. I think. Yeah. And last week was Trevor, and then next week we'll have someone else.
Either
from
Cam
the
or
show.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jazz, where can they find you on the internet?
I'm at Jazz_Foster on Twitter, and just at Jazz Foster on everything else, I guess, because I was taken on Twitter. I have 2 decades lists coming up that I think will be probably different than everybody else's, to say the least.
I think so.
There's going to be a heist movie on my decades list. So
Nice.
get excited for that. And I just launched the BS blog.
Yeah.
That should update semi-regularly.
Very fun, very good vlog. Yeah.
Someone else thinks it's funny. God knows I do.
Yeah.
The Brussels sprouts?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, spoiler.
Oh,
Spoiler.
Sorry.
It's a
teaser.
teaser.
Spoiler.
It's a Brussels sprouts review
teasing.
blog, guys. And I think it's
very
funny.
It's so well written. It's very, very funny.
Thank you. So I got that coming too. And our Survivor stuff will be coming out early to mid-February.
Yeah.
Once that starts.
Yeah, definitely.
So excited for that.
You can find me at Lefty on all the internets out there. Like I said, for Frank, you can go check out just the Ultimate Video Game List show. That it was an absolute ton of fun to do. That show was so much fun to do. And so you can go check that out. In the end, be Brandon Gaines, say nothing about it every week in like 5 tweet threads. Be amazing like he is. Brandon's the absolute best. You can go check out that Wannabe Film Class. I wasn't on last week's, but they talked about Wonder Woman. My Wonder Woman thoughts, movie's not as good as I remember it being. It's kind of a bummer. I would have just cut like 30 minutes out of it, I felt like it was 30 minutes too long in the beginning.
Which is why I like this new thing that they're doing, the executive, what do they call it, the segment? They basically
but just like the one or two things you would change. Yeah,
what's one thing? Yeah, I really like that.
And that's one of the things I would have changed that movie if I'd been on. It was take like 20 minutes out of the first act, I would say, and then maybe like 20 minutes out of the ending. Also have Ares not be the villain because that's kind of dumb.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert for a movie that's old.
Still haven't seen it.
Get
Not at all.
wrecked.
You're gonna
I
watch
don't
it.
want
Watch it
to.
in time for the sequel. This
Yeah, I was
year.
gonna say 1984 is coming out. So you can check out that one. Be Film Class, and then you can check out my top 10 movies of 2019, and then I'm gonna do a thing for a decades list thing that'll be something in that vein for games and possibly for movies, although I'm less committed to that. So you can check that out, and then also stay tuned for whatever the video game new show will look like and when it will come out. Sometime in the next 11 months will be out, I would say, in the year. Expect that soon in 2020.
Ambitious.
Coming in 2020. And yeah, you can go check out That Nerdy Site. I believe at That Nerdy Site on Twitter. If that's not correct, you can blame Trevor Starkey for not putting that in the doc anywhere. But I believe
No, it is That Nerdy Site.
I believe I'm being told.
I know it is because I have to always
That
type
Nerdy
it the
Site.
full way through because just doing That Nerdy for some reason takes me straight to Trevor. So I can only get to the That Nerdy Site page. To That Nerdy Site Twitter by typing the full.
You can go check out That Nerdy Site all over Twitter and Instagram and all of those things out there. You can go if you like what you've heard, which hopefully you have because you've listened for an hour. So that's a weird way to punish yourself if you didn't like it. Go find us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, any of the things, and like, subscribe, share, give us 5-star reviews, say nice things for it. It all helps, and we really appreciate it a lot. If you didn't like what you heard, I want you to go to OK Beast on iTunes and let them know what you didn't like about our podcast. Let them know what you didn't enjoy about what you heard. And then I want you to go find Moises Tavares on Twitter and tweet at him what you didn't enjoy about our shows. He'll enjoy that. He'll get that feedback back to us.
He's our HR guy.
He's our HR guy.
Yeah.
He's PR. He'll make sure that we hear this feedback for you. And go follow us on YouTube. We just hit 100 subscribers there, so we get our own official link. I do not have that in the things that happened just so recently, but you can go find that as well. Frank has got very good videos on the YouTube channel you should go check out, including an amazing and epic Ultimate Chicken Horse Let's Play.
I like
really,
how that
really
came together. I
It's
like
really,
how that all came
I
together.
adore it. It's a great, a ton of fun to do in the stream, ton of fun to do now.
Other Let's Plays coming soon.
Other Let's Plays
as
coming
well.
soon.
Until Dawn will probably come out.
Yeah, that'd be a ton of fun one to
sometime.
do.
And we do have some stuff lined up.
We have ideas. This crew in particular, this foursome, has ideas. So go check all that out on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, everything on the internet out there. And until next time, you know what I mean? I'm not Trevor Starkey. I don't know how he exits this, but I'm going to say, just like, fucking Sandra sucks, and she shouldn't have won Survivor twice.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay, stay awesome.
Until next time.
And
There you
so
go.
On
can
Survivor.
you.
There we go. That's a fun edit figure. What ending do I pick? We're still recording. This ending. There you go.